What's up guys, it's Cowboy Ron from 2 Cowboys. This is my 2015 Milwaukee 8 motor swapped 124 Road Glide. Just start from the beginning, from the front. I got two Baja Designs lights here. You notice that this one's blue. You can't buy a blue light like that. You can buy backlit blue lights, but what that really is, it's just an Amazon tint. It's a film tint. I slapped it over the front, put the case back on it, and it doesn't burn through the film. It's holding up pretty tight. I even have the high beams on it. I've been running these for probably about a year or two now, and it hasn't burned through the lens tint. Got Hoffman Designs blue carbon Kevlar front fender. Coming in on the side over here, Galfers all the way around, blue buttons. That's a PM wheel, heathen, front and back, matching rims. So I just put these clean moto turn signals on. I really dig the lights. I like the flush look that they have. They're little bead LED lights, but they still shine pretty bright. So coming in on my whole steering wheel system, I have boosted Brad 10-inch pullback risers with the Thrashin mid bed bars. I think all in total, it's like 14 and a half rise. I have these Behringer master cylinders for the front, and since it's a 2018 Milwaukee 8, these still had the hydraulic clutch on this side. So I have two reservoirs, one on each side, and I definitely really dig those. And ever since I put them on, I definitely really feel the performance in them. It stops on a dime, and if you have a Milwaukee 8 that has a hydraulic clutch, you know where that release point is. It's like, it's way at the end. And if you're not used to it, it kind of catches you off guard and you feel kind of stupid. But with these Behringer master cylinders, I'm able to adjust that release point on them, so it works out pretty great for me. I'm 6 feet tall, and with this 14-inch rise, I definitely have, it's still at my shoulders. So I know a lot of people ask me like, oh, how tall are those, what do those look like? And obviously you guys can see it's a little bit dipped below my shoulders, so it's pretty comfortable. To be honest, I still run stock suspension. I know you guys see the bike's pretty built, got a lot of shit to it. That being said, I still run stock suspension. Even though that's stock height, I'm running a 21 in the front, so I already have a 2-inch rise on the front, and I have mid controls, so coming around bends, coming around curves, I'm definitely not hitting. So it hasn't really been that much of a big deal to me. I do have an Arlen-S top tree, because when you take all that shit apart, the stock tree it's just fucking ugly. So this Arlen-S works out for me. This is one of my favorite pieces that I recently did. It's a MyMechanist gauge relocation that goes in the radio pod. So I used to have the stock radio here that didn't have Apple CarPlay. I hated it, didn't really use it. I don't use the speakers much because I'm calmed up with the Pack Talk Cardo. So I just put this gauge relocation here in the radio, and my visual it's right there. It's right ahead of me. And what I did with these gauges is I sent them out to a company over in Minnesota, and my backlit on those gauges is blue. It's not the stock orange that everyone else usually has, how it comes stock out the shop. All right, moving on down, I've got a Hoffman Designs tank dash with the power plant gas cap. Shout out those guys, I really like that brand. Just got this LePair seat. My boy Will hooked me up with that. Big ship, he's the man. I really dig this LePair though, really comfortable. What I really liked is it's really customizable. They have so many options. Coming in the rear here, it's a Hoffman carbon rear fender. Really dig that, gives a good look on the ass end. I've got Screaming Eagle Öhlins. These silver brackets here are original Garage Moto from Canada. I just put those on probably about 2-3 weeks ago. I bought these brackets. Can slipped right in. I definitely really dig this look because it's a lot more tucked into the bike, into the back end. And call me crazy, but I really like the look where the wire pokes out over the fender paint. I know you guys see a lot of the paint. I painted this myself. It was my first run on paint. All in total, between paint, supplies, renting the booth, I still spent about $2 grand. FXR Hoffman carbon side covers. These are, I know they don't look like it, but these are carbon side covers from Hoffman Designs. I don't know if you caught it in the beginning, but I said this is a 2015 Milwaukee 8 motor swap bike. If you know your bikes, you know that 2015 is twin cam, and they didn't come out with the Milwaukee 8 till 2018. So how that story goes, I had a 2018 Milwaukee 8 Special, and I crashed it, slammed it. I bought it back from insurance before it went off to Copart for auction, and I was sitting on that motor for probably about a year before I, got back out on the road because I almost killed myself. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna put this in like an FXR or do something crazy with the motor. I was so stoked on it, and this bike came to me. It looked nothing like this. So this old dude, he had a slip and slide with it on with this old lady on the back. It was all gangstered out. He had ape hangers, he had big ass PM floorboards. It was all chromed out. The only thing I kept on the bike with was PM rims. But anyways, I lowballed him because he kept haggling me, and I ended up rolling this Milwaukee 8 motor into the twin cam. And this was back in 2020. So Milwaukee 8 motors had only been out for 2 years. Nobody really knew if you can do any of that stuff yet. So we were looking at forums to figure out if it was possible, and everyone had the same question, but not really anybody had any answers to it. So we kind of just, we just said fucking, we just winged it and just went for it, and it rolled right in. One of the big differences in twin cam bikes, they have 2 spark plugs. So this module that sits in here behind the frame is smaller, and it only has 2 plugs. Milwaukee 8 motors have four spark plugs, so that module in here is a lot bigger. So I had to Dremel out some more space behind that frame right there to be able to tuck that in there. After that, I built it up to a 124. It's a full S&S 124 kit. Got the big 580, 585 cam from S&S. These are Epic Moto mid controls. So when I put those on, that was like around 2020, 2021. Not too many brands were making mid controls. So this is my bike, this is what I got. Full garage build bike. Built this whole thing for myself. Frame up build. Had some help in the beginning, did a lot of it towards the end. I definitely really enjoyed seeing what I built out on the road. I get a lot of looks, so yeah, that's my bike.